right? What do you think should companies do beyond just giving a maternity break for a woman, for women to be more inclusive in the workspace and to continue working without a lot of career gaps?
Okay. So it's just not maternity. See, I mean, a woman's life, I see there are four M's. Like, at different levels, you have different things. You start with menstruation, you see marriage, then you see motherhood, and then you see menopause. So, just addressing, maternity, having the crash, there's so many things that she has to, go through in her life. I feel just having a crash, or it's not just solving the problem, but then, yeah, it does help in some way. Flexible working hours will help, and crash or tie up with play
Right.
schools around, have it in your area will definitely ease out the problem. But I feel women have so much more to see than just that little bit of motherhood, and which actually lasts for a couple of years, 3, 4, and your child is actually independent after 2, 3 years. If you're able to manage that, just that 2, 3 years, and then I think the child becomes independent, and it's so much more easier. So you don't have to make it like, just that 2, 3 years is so big that the career, I mean, it decides a career of a woman.
It's like the mutual fund, okay? It's like the mutual fund. What happens is they tell you all these rosy stories ki you start investing at 20 and you don't touch the money for 40 years, it becomes like this. Then an emergency comes, you break it at like 5 year break, right? Then the clock resets. So all this mutual fund industry, they are telling you ways to stay rich. It's not the way to get rich.
Yeah,
Nobody ever got rich by saving in mutual fund. All these fancy crore number and all, right?
correct.
It's provided that you don't get any emergency in your life for 40 years and you
Exactly.
keep putting
So
the
it's
same
like
money
you
in.
just talk about one part of your, that's there, but there are so many things in your life. It's just not a woman, even a man. There's so many things that even he goes through. I'm sure he will use the creche in I'm a
Yeah.
HR, and so many of the women, single parent, they used to use the creche, the play school. They used to bring their kids to. So I mean, this facility is just not for the women. If you're
Yeah.
creating this, I think both of them will use it. So all organizations should have this facility.
But don't you think if such organization is there, as a fresh graduate, I'm just talking, if such organization having crash, having other infrastructure, a girl student would like to go for
Go
that
for that.
company.
Yeah.
Oh, it's my dream company where I might get these facilities.
I don't
So,
know if that
is it
decides as
this?
That
my
is
dream
not the deciding.
company.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I mean,
If
when
in
I chose my
Might be.
career, I didn't see that
Yeah.
as a
Deciding
facility
factor.
deciding
Or maybe
factor.
a
Yeah.
career gap that she takes. But because
No,
of
a
this
fresher doesn't
facility,
think so
I.
much कि बच्चा होने के बाद क्या होगा.
Yeah.
वो
Fresher
जब
So
बच्चा
think कि
होने वाला होता है, that is when they
That
think,
think
is
हाँ,
the
you
maybe
know,
thing.
if I
after
need to
right.
marriage
No,
change,
or
no.
yeah.
After
something.
marriage, I'm like, if maybe like if this is my dream company, but because if I have kids, it may not support me. So I need to shift with my husband to Bangalore city rather than Pune.
I
So
don't
there is
know
a
if
Yes,
career.
women
so
think, that about it so long
Yeah.
for one, and it's really not, you know, it's a dream job is very, very
Very
different,
different.
and companies, not all companies, they really publicize this. In fact, according to the state laws here, after 50 people, every company has to have a tie up with a childcare center. So that's the government mandated thing in Karnataka as well. And I'm sure other uh, states have their own laws. So it's like, it's already kind of taken care of.